Jesus. Watching the match, I was in AWA, and I was like 1988. I just broke in as a manager, and him and Sammy were freaking tag teams just watching.
Well, can I tell you a story about Salmon? Oh my goodness, go ahead.
So the bottom line is they're freaking. They beat the boys in the finish, and the local boys in Tennessee, right?
There you go. Wow, that's a good spot.
So they beat the guys in the finish, right? Yeah. And they're walking down the aisle, and the two kids from Tennessee jump up on the corners and like, we're okay, and like, ooh. And they both look at each other and go, and they ran in the ring and they beat the fuck out of them in the ring, down the stairs, and this was no work. Right. Down the aisle, down the stairs, and were ramming their heads in the friggin' lockers.
Oh,
I told
wow.
Keith that we worked in Hawaii last week, and I told him, God, I forgot all about that. Beat the fuck out of them. That was classic. You don't get up from that finish, brother.
Excuse me, clean it, man. Thank you.
I remember when Keith did it that one time. I looked down, I was just like, oh my God.
I was, my last tour in Japan, the two matches, everything was a cage match for all the matches. And so a bunch of these Japanese guys never worked in the cage. I've had a couple cage matches, so it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I know what I'm going to do. But these guys were, one of the guys, like slammed him, down and went to the top of the cage and did a double stomp on him from the top of the cage.
Oh my God!
But then he ended up hurting his kneecap.
Once
he slid off and he tore it up. And then the Takawa, this Japanese guy, stood up. They both stand on top of the cage because there's not a top. It's just a round. They were both standing up, and he did a brain buster off the top. That was wicked. And then the SATs, Carino's little guys or whatever, they did a Frankenstein off the top with a Japanese guy. Off the top, taking a Frankenstein. I'm like, look here, guys. You don't know about that. I ain't getting up there.
I ain't getting nowhere near that.
I'll take a guy and grate his face in there a while, and I'll run him across the ring and throw his head into the steel bar up there, but...
I like just watching some of this WWF stuff I'm watching.
Some good guys. Some good hands.
Some good workers, man.
Okay.
Oh, he said he was expecting it to be a little more.
The one that watched it.